How's it going, guys? This is James with Make Money Trucking, and today we're going to be talking about bull bar or herd bumpers or running just bumper. And what's the difference between the two? Here are two different pictures here. No bumper on this one and a herd or bull bar on this truck here. And do you need one or should you run with them? And today we're going to be going over the pros and cons of each. And some of the pros is obviously that they will protect your truck if you hit an animal or something of that same nature. And they just add a little bit of extra security and peace of mind in case you are, worried about that kind of thing. Some of the cons are they are heavier on your front end. They will add anywhere from 500 to 1,000 pounds. Don't quote me on that, but it can be less or more depending on the bumper that you buy. And another con would be that they are expensive. These can range from anywhere from $400 for just a little bar that goes on the bottom to $3,000 to $5,000 for one pictured here. And then another con would be that the accessibility isn't so easy. You have to fold these down to get underneath the hood. So, sometimes you need to get under your hood a lot, and then you have to pull the pins, drop the bumper to access your engine. All right. And then some people have differing opinions on which looks better, a truck without a bull bar or a truck with a bull bar. I personally like the look of like an off-road style truck with a big old herd bumper on the front. Depending on the truck, I guess. It kind of depends on the truck and the application being ran. If you're, if you have a show truck, obviously it may not look good. Or if, you have a straight work truck, it may look better in that regard. My personal experience and my opinion on this is that I was extremely happy that I had a bull bar on my truck when I hit a giant buck. Basically, I was driving down a county road in my area, and I hit a big buck at about 65 miles an hour, and it pushed in the bull bar about 6 inches, a little bit more, 6 to 10 inches, and it actually pushed my fender into my tire by about, there was about that much space, and then part of it was actually rubbing into my tire. So I could only imagine if I didn't have that on my truck when that buck just went boom, just ran, I was driving, it was middle of the night, and there was 2 hills on the side of the road, and he just jumped straight across. There was nothing I could do, and luckily I didn't react. Luckily it happened so fast. So if I didn't have that, it would have pretty much probably totaled my truck, and it could have caused me to blow that front driver tire out, and then I would have rolled off the side of the road, and that would have been really bad as well. It's kind of one of those things that you're happy, you kind of feel like it's unnecessary until you actually need it and don't have it. Some people may think that they're unnecessary or overkill, but once you hit something, you're going to be very happy you have it. You don't think you need it until it's too late. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. That's kind of always the way I think. And I definitely think it's a good investment. If you're becoming an owner-operator, you're already putting a lot of money on the line. You're already taking a huge chance. So it'd be good for you to probably invest in a bull bar or herd bumper of some type. A lot of yards, if you're over the road and you stop at a lot of trucking yards, or you go to some trucking yards, you probably get a used one a little bit cheaper, and then you would just have to hunt down the mounting hardware or figure out how to mount it on yourself. That would be a little bit of a way to get it cheaper. And last thing you want is to start out as an owner operator and be making your way through the industry, moving yourself up, and then you hit a cow, deer, or a horse, unfortunately, and now your truck's totaled and you're kind of screwed. Where I run, and if you run over the road or you run in the country with a lot of county roads, a lot of farm country, guys are hitting deer and cows all the time. It's kind of crazy how often it really happens. And another thing that I wanted to go over is something that now a lot of people may not know, but at least in my area, even though a farmer has cattle, and if the cattle get out on the kind of road and you hit them, they're still not liable, and you actually may be responsible for having to pay for that cow that was hit. But most case, they're not going to pay you for that because there's some existing state and local laws that protect livestock in that situation, even if the farmer or landowners neglects the his infrastructure and doesn't fix his fences and all that good stuff. So just something to be aware of out there, that in some areas, if you hit a cow or even a horse, you can actually end up having to pay for that due to the open range laws and statutes in your area. It is kind of rare, but we have seen it happen out where I haul. So yeah, guys, that's kind of the pros and cons to, should you run a bull bar or herd bumper, or should you just run a straight bumper. I would highly suggest running one. I think that it's just worth the peace of mind, and I'm sure happy that I had one on my truck when I, just unexpectedly, hit that huge buck in the middle of nowhere, and I was doing about 65 miles an hour. So just a little informative video for you guys. If you guys have any more ideas of any videos or some things you might want to know regarding the owner-operator side of the trucking industry or the trucking industry in general, leave it down in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe if you found this informative or if you enjoyed this video. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.